toast to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Hemp hard, legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Sean Mack. Now let's talk some damn sports.
Thanks for tuning in to Sports Fans Only Boxing. See Anthony back with another one for you. Today we're going to discuss the Floyd Mayweather and Paul Logan fight, which is going to happen in the near future. We all know how that pretty much is going to end. So I'm going to start off a little bit, talk about Nate Robinson. You know, he did everything good in that fight. He went to sleep. Could have wore pajamas, probably would have made it better, but good effort by him. You know, Logan did his best and did his thing. So going to dive in this, talk about Mayweather a little bit and talk about, show you what Logan is up against, him not being a professional fighter, just an internet guy, very popular, everything like that. But this is what he's up against. So this isn't my words. This is from ESPN Sports Science 2013 edition, just to give you a little bit of taste of like what it's like to deal with Floyd Mayweather. So they ran some tests on Mayweather, and they found out that when you put hands on Mayweather, he counterpunches back at 30 miles per hour. That was hard for me to believe, but I'm just taking it from sports science, from what they said. Seems good, seemed nice. And if you press Mayweather and you press, if he throws the straight right hand, it comes in at 5 times the speed of a rattlesnake. To me, it's like 3 times the speed, but that's what they have it clocked at 5 times. So that's the true speed of Floyd Mayweather. He makes it look effortless. So that's something that Logan, he can never see anything Mayweather hits him with. But I'll go on a little bit deeper just to talk about Mayweather a little bit. He's also up against the best defense, best condition, best footwork. Mayweather has this thing this is my analogy of it, is like I call it the meerkat movement. It's like up, down, side, in, out. All simultaneous, sort of like when you look at the back of your watch, the automatic ones, that everything's just going in a groove like that. But also Mayweather, he can switch it up, stand toe-to-toe with you, and just counter you by the eye, by the reaction. So that's what he's up against also. And he's also up against exceptional power, which a lot of people doesn't think Mayweather have power, which I don't understand because I don't know what you're watching. Just going to touch a little things to prove some power. So in his exhibition with Conor McGregor 20 pounds over. When he faced Canelo, he rehydrated overnight, 20 pounds higher. Shane Mosley, in an interview, when asked, who hits harder, Mayweather or Pacquiao? The answer will shock you. And then in a different interview, when asked to De La Hoya, who hits harder, De La Hoya's response was, they hit about the same, but Pacquiao throws barrages that are hard to see, but power about the same. So that's just a little bit of a touch on the power of Mayweather. Also, if you look at the 11th round, Miguel Cotto, you should tell his knees not to do what they're doing if Mayweather doesn't have exceptional power. That's just another thing I want to touch on also. Boxing is all about timing, distance, the inches. Very, very, very important. Also, his punch selection. Every boxer has a different punch selection, which is very wide. They usually hone in on certain punches for certain fighters. Can't really get into the details of Mayweather. I'm only going to break down one punch. I'm going to talk about the jab of Mayweather. So Mayweather, he delivers his jab in many different ways, different than other boxers. They do it, but not like him. I'll explain. So when Mayweather fights a southpaw, he usually throws a spear jab. It's really just to dictate where your head's going, and so he can have lead foot dominance on the right, on the outside of your foot, so he kind of can control where you're going at. Also, Mayweather's power jab. When he hits you with that, he usually stops opponents in their tracks for a split second to set something else up. Then he also has this thing, the touch jab. Touch jab is just a blinding jab. He's usually trying to line you up. Then he has the double touch jab. Blind you, swing to kind of send your head to one side or another so he could blast you with the right. When he does the double touch jab, he's usually trying to knock you out with the right hand or hurt you or just let you see the power. So that's what he's going to be up against, I'll say. And talk about Logan a little bit. This morning, TMZ, his brother he said straight up, he said, we're fucked. And then a bunch of other things, sorry about the language, but some other things too. They already know what they're up against, but in this fight, I think Mayweather, it could be a small problem for him trying to decide when you want to do this, because it could be first round, But it won't be first round because Mayweather, he's a showman. He wants to bask in the glory. I don't think he wants to get out there, go home in one round. I think he'll actually go out there, walk at Logan Paul, let him punch him, and show him he's letting him punch him and he can't. So Mayweather, I wouldn't be surprised if he only threw 2-3 punches in the first round. I don't think it'll be a KO because he wants to hurt this guy, but he doesn't want to really hurt this guy, like having sipping soup and like really hurt him, because you can do that. I think he's gonna just wanna. I watched a lot of his training. The shape he's in right now is phenomenal. Side note, right now Mayweather, in my opinion, people may say I'm crazy. A lot of people gonna agree. The only person at 147 that can truly, that can compete and possibly beat Mayweather is Errol Spence Jr. Sean Porter will give him trouble just because of the fighter he is, but Mayweather, I think, can still come back and clean out the division. He's looking real good. But in this fight, I think he's just going to want to show speed, show people what he's like. He has a lot of big things coming on, exhibitions in the future, so that might be a little bit of thing he's trying to decide when to do it, how long do I want to play with this guy, sort of like a cat playing with his prey, playing with his food. So I think that'll be a decision. And the funny thing with that is the longer somebody survives, the more dangerous they are. You might get countered and get caught by something you totally didn't expect. I think this guy's like 6'2", which won't be a problem for Floyd. I really don't think he could hit Floyd. I think Floyd will walk at him high guard and just let him blast. Let him blast, kind of like Conor McGregor. This guy's no Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor can really crack. McGregor has skill. He's intelligent in the ring, even though he's UFC, but he can do his thing. But this guy's levels upon levels away from Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor could probably take this guy out and definitely under 2 rounds if he wanted. So Mayweather, I would say he could do the same. But Mayweather wants to go out there and shine a little bit. I think he saw what Mike Tyson did, Roy Jones. He's retired, right? So he wants to get his little bit of shine, get his name out there, and that's why I'm doing this video. That's why he's in the news right now. So it's going to be good to see. I think this will be good for, after thinking about it, I don't think it's good for his career at all. It's really just exhibition. It's fun, games. This won't be games. This will break the internet. This will be this will be worse than when Buster Douglas beat Tyson, if this so happens to go against Mayweather. But I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be easy. I'm not going to say KO. I think it'll be like the McGregor fight. TKO, the ref not going to want Floyd to like hurt this guy. And I don't think Floyd wants to he wants to hurt him, but not hurt him. So that's going to be my piece on this. I'll be back. This is part 1 with the Logan fight. We're going to touch this again. Thanks for tuning in. Sports Fans Only Boxing. I want to say hashtag Money Team. If you're a Mayweather fan, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll be right back with another video. See Anthony, show him back on production. Boom.